LeBron James is set to enter the final chapter of his legendary NBA career. For the entire 2017-2018 NBA season, rumors have been swirling about which team he will take his talents to next. Will he stay put with his home state team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, or will he go elsewhere to make a super team as he continues his journey to become the greatest player of all time? So there are many teams out there that do have a fair shot at acquiring the superstar small forward, but ultimately only one of them will actually add them to the roster this NBA offseason. Which of the main rumored teams would benefit the most from getting LeBron James? We are going to run the LeBron experiment and see which team you should sign with for the 2018 NBA offseason. Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So for today's video, we are going to see which team LeBron James would best fit on. How we are going to do that is we are going to put him on 3 different teams and do 3 different simulations, see what type of stats and things he puts up out there, man. If you enjoy these type of videos, these experiment videos, be sure to drop a like on it. They do take a long time to make, so me knowing that you guys are enjoying them by dropping a like allows me to know to do them in the future and stuff like that. Okay, so LeBron James entering probably like the final big chapter of his NBA career, depending on the team he decides to go to. I will say, man, there's still a chance he goes back to Cleveland, but we kind of already know how that team would do, so we're not going to look at that as far as the simulation goes. So the first team we are going to look at for LeBron James to take his talents to is the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, guys, this has been one of the bigger rumors this NBA season. I mean, the 76ers are already trying to recruit him and everything like that. So how exactly does LeBron fit into this team? Well, I mean, you do have Ben Simmons, who runs the point guard position, and also LeBron James, who is also a ball-dominant small forward out there, runs the point forward position. So that fit right there, I do think would take some time to really develop. But with that being said, Ben Simmons, his ability to cut to the basket, do things like that, you know, LeBron James is going to be able to find him, and vice versa. LeBron James is currently shooting the basketball an all-time high from a jump shot standpoint. So, I mean, he's going to be able to play off ball, and I really do think that LeBron James, who just played 82 games the first time in his NBA career and doing that in the 2017-2018 NBA season, he is going to enjoy kind of being able to play off ball at times, just because you know, the minutes start adding up and things like that, and his body is going to start breaking down probably sooner rather than later. You also have Joel Embiid out there that can command the basketball. He can score in a ton of different ways from the post game, working on the 3-point shot. It's not as good as his rookie season, but something he's definitely capable of making out there. You have, you know, JJ Redick on this team, who would kind of serve as what Kyle Korver does for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that is just be a spot-up 3-point shooter. Dario Saric on the team, another great 3-point shooter, does not really need the ball in his hands. So really, you have LeBron James, you have all these different pieces around him that are able to contribute in different ways, and LeBron James is going to find the open man. And then at times, like I was saying, Ben Simmons will just sit back and you know, control the offense and things like that. So I think it will actually be a really nice fit. Just, you know, if they get the right coach on there to coach this team, which was, I think it's is Brett Brown, is he still the coach of this team? I really don't remember. Let me check real quick here, guys. Yeah, Brett Brown is still the coach, so he'll be fine out there too. But yeah, man, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. Let's go ahead and check out this simulation. Okay, so looking at this team, this is roughly what I think the lineup will look like. Ben Simmons at point guard, JJ Redick at shooting guard, LeBron James at small forward, Saric at power forward, and Joel Embiid at center position. All of a sudden, Robert Covington becomes the best bench player in the NBA, at least one of them, because he might honestly win 6th man of the year on this team with how the squad is assembled. I think a lot of the times he would probably run power forward, or LeBron run power forward, he would go to small forward, and that would just be great for him. Marco Bellinelli out there for some shooting, Ilya Silva, who had a great season for the 76ers, and then Markelle Fultz would probably be the backup point guard for this team, and really this would kind of be his legit rookie season, because while he did play last season, he had a lot of injuries, so I feel like he'd be fine with that role, and then maybe something like Richaun Holmes off the bench. Guys, let's go ahead and simulate this season and see just how good this LeBron James, a Philadelphia 76ers team can really do. Okay, so record-wise, 64 wins. I mean, that's almost historically great right there, simulated through date against the Bucks. Finished with 65 wins on the season. MVP goes towards Stephen Curry. Ben Simmons, rookie, he's not really a rookie, guys. I did use last year's simulation thing here, so he's not really a rookie in this case. 6-man Carmelo, Andre Drummond, Chris Dunn, and Steve Kerr getting Coach of the Year. All-NBA first team, LeBron getting that still. All-NBA second, we got Joel Embiid making that. All-NBA third, looking like this. And there's the rest of the stats for you guys to see. Player stats and team stats on the season. Okay, so team stats, scoring-wise, this team was the 2nd best scoring team of the NBA. Defensively, they were also the #1 defensive team. So, I mean, that right there is a recipe for success. It even shot 39% from 3, so it looks like they were about middle of the road for that. You know, 12th in the NBA, pretty solid. Player stats, still LeBron James, Career low in scoring, that's to be expected. He would not really be asked to do as much offensively, which is a good thing. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, about 2 steals. Joel at 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Ben Simmons at 16.6 rebounds, 7 assists. So, I mean, they got to work out here. J.J. Redick, 13, 12 for Dario Saric. And then the bench unit was absolutely fantastic. It really does look like this would work out nicely as long as everybody was willing to play, you know, in a team system. Here we go. We do have the playoffs. So, simulate current round against the Washington Wizards. And looks like we got them 4-1. Closeout game looking like this: 22 and 10 for Ben Simmons, 20 and 11 for LeBron James. Simulate against the Indiana Pacers. Got them 4-1. Closeout looking like this: 17, 10, 9 for LeBron and 28 for Victor Oladipo. Next up, the Raptors. Simulate current round. And wow, surprisingly, man, the Toronto Raptors beat the 76ers. So I will say, there ain't no way LeBron's only dropping 15 points. That's the thing, man. Like, LeBron James in this case, I feel like that's kind of the Achilles heel for the 76ers right now, is experience in the playoffs. I mean, they're very young out there. So LeBron James, I feel like, would be able to carry them. I mean, if this, you know, if LeBron was able to beat the Toronto Raptors, there is no way that the Toronto Raptors are going to beat the 76ers team. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and move on to that next team. Okay, the next team we are going to look at for LeBron James is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. This is another team that's been on the radar for a while now for LeBron James. And the thing about this team right here is, as assembled, no, I don't think he would join this team as is. But if he were to join the Lakers, I do feel like Paul George would come on this team, and they would probably be able to sign some other veterans out there. So a lot of people are saying, you know, LeBron's not going to want to deal with the antics of LeVar Ball. I really don't think LeBron James cares about that. I feel like Magic Johnson, the rest of the top guys on this organization, would do a good job of kind of keeping LeBron away from all of that, you know, all of LeVar's little antics and stuff like that. Plus, I mean, if he's willing to join the 76ers after their whole ordeal with their GM making burner accounts, I really don't think LeVar Ball is going to scare LeBron James away. As far as this team as a fit, well, I feel like Isaiah Thomas will probably be gone, because going back to Cleveland, that simply did not work out. But I mean, you got Lonzo Ball, LeBron James, who, you know, are pretty good friends, it seems like. It seems like one of those guys that communicate and stuff. It's always a mutual respect, stuff like that. You have Brandon Ingram, who had really his best season in the NBA, was roughly a 17, 18 point per game scorer. He would not be asked to do as much offensively. But the thing is, though, is that he's another player that, you know, getting to the basket, shooting 3-pointers, really his jump shot in general is really coming together nicely. So he would probably still average that 17 to 18 points per game out there, depending on who else they get. Really, just how it would run. LeBron James, number 1 option. He would be the one handling the ball. Although, once again, you have the fit of Lonzo Ball and also LeBron James, both two great playmakers out there. Similar to, you know, Ben Simmons and LeBron James. How would Lonzo be able to play off ball of LeBron James at times? Well, I mean, towards the end of the NBA season, his 3-point shot was actually going down. There was a nice little stretch where he was shooting about 40% from 3. So I really think that Lonzo would need to work on that. Also, not to mention, I feel like that helps Lonzo's confidence, knowing that when teams are coming to play against the Lakers, well, they're going to go out there and they're going to orient their defense around, you know, stopping LeBron James and Paul George if he also joins this team. So I really do feel like Lonzo Ball not being the main target would be pretty big for him. You also have, like I was saying, Brandon Ingram out there, Kyle Kuzma. Julius Randle would probably be gone. I gotta imagine they would go for a different center, because while Brook Lopez is good, I don't think he's the right center for this team, because he's more, you know, like post offense and not really a great rebounder. They definitely want to get a guy that does not really command the basketball, somebody that can work well in the pick and roll situation with LeBron James and also Lonzo Ball. But overall, do I like the fit of him going to the Lakers? I really do. I feel like it'd be fun to watch. It'd be a great way to end the chapter that is bringing the Lakers team back. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and check out the simulation of LeBron James joining the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, so this is the lineup I'm kind of thinking for the Los Angeles Lakers. Lonzo Ball at point guard, Paul George at shooting guard, Brandon Ingram at small forward, LeBron at power forward, and a player like a John Henson at center. You know, somebody that has a pretty friendly contract out there, somebody that's just going to block some shots, grab some rebounds, and not really demand the ball. Off the bench, we have Kyle Kuzma being the 6th man. We have Tony Allen on this team, KCP, and also Josh Hart to run the point guard position. And then we got Ivica Zubac to get some time as, you know, more of a natural center out there too. Yeah, man, as far as this team record goes, I feel like this team right here could probably drop around, I'm going to say 52 wins in the Western Conference. You know, it would take them a few years, and, you know, at least a year or two, to really work on chemistry and things like that. I mean, Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, they don't have a ton of NBA experience. So let's go ahead, guys, simulate this Lakers season, see just how good this team can really do. Okay, so a record of 56-25. It does make sense that, you know, the Warriors and Rockets, would be keeping their core together, would finish first and second place, you know, just based off like chemistry and more experience playing together, you know, things like that. Similarly through day, still 57 wins on the season. I definitely think the team would take that. LeBron James leading the Lakers, guys, getting the MVP award, 28 points, 11 rebounds at the power forward position, and 9 assists per game, getting 2 steals and about 1-2 blocks a game, shot 43% from 3. Here are the rest of the awards for you guys to see. All-NBA first team, LeBron making that, All-NBA second, and all the All-NBA third team, so no other Lakers making it. That's all good, though. Here we go, man. Player and team stats on the season. We got, from a points per game standpoint, the 4th best scoring team in the NBA, and the best defensive team in the NBA. You know, guys like KCP and also Tony Allen would help that out a lot, too. Here we go, man. We got playoffs. So first round, the Denver Nuggets, similarly current round. And we're going to lose first round. Damn, dude, we might lose first round, and we get them 4 games to 2. All right. Closeout game, 29, 11, and 7 for LeBron, 27 for Kuzma off the bench, 19 and 6 for Paul George, 17, 6, and 4 for Lonzo Ball. Also, I forgot to check out the other players' stats. I always forget to do that. Let me check that real quick here. Okay, so yeah, Paul George, 23 points himself, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Kuzma, actually third leading scorer on this team. Brandon Ingram kind of like just went to the shadows a bit. He was just kind of like, you know what, man, I'm not just gonna score this season. I guess he is only 20, so maybe that's just how it would be. Like, somebody would have to sacrifice, and it would probably be the young blood like that, right? So yeah, I'm definitely not impressed with how he played out there, being the 3rd scoring option of this team. That's all good, I guess. All right, here is the rest of the playoffs. Next round, the Pelicans, no, I'm sorry, the Houston Rockets. That'd be a tough series right there. Simulate current rounds, and got them 4 games to 1. Closeout game looking like this. We got 23, 9, and 7 for LeBron. Kuzma is really stepping up in these playoffs. And then next up, we do have the Golden State Warriors. This is what the series would come down to. Simulate current round. And wow, man, we beat them in a 7-game series. So this was enough for us to get past the Golden State Warriors. Very cool. We got triple-double for Lonzo Ball, and now we have the Toronto Raptors. No LeBron in the Eastern Conference. Makes sense they would make it this far. Here we go. Simulate current round. And well, guys, we got them 4 games, 0 closeout game for LeBron, or I guess I should say his finals MVP stats, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals. He shot 11% from 3. That is really trash, but it's all good. Still got finals MVP. Here is the closeout game stats. So yeah, man, so far out of the experiment, this team looks like it was probably the best fit so far. Let's move on to the 3rd and final team. For the final simulation we are going to do, the final team we are going to look at for LeBron James is probably like the most awkward fit, I would say, from the sense that while it would be great, I have no idea how they are actually going to pull it off, and that is LeBron James joining the Houston Rockets. Yes, guys, the Houston Rockets just lost a Game 7 series to the Golden State Warriors recently. So, I mean, you know, LeBron James and James Harden, both those guys don't like the Golden State Warriors. They want to beat them, and they want to further solidify their legacy out there. So why not join forces? Not to mention we get to see Chris Paul and LeBron James on the same team. I know for a long time those two with you know, Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade have been talking about joining the Banana Boat squad. Now I don't think Wade would join this team because, you know, I think he's going to retire on the Miami Heat. Now Melo to this team, though, I could still potentially maybe see that happening if he was willing to take a 6-man role. But as far as LeBron on the Houston Rockets, well, then it's like, you know, Chris Paul, James Harden, shout out to both those guys. Both ball-dominant guards really did learn to play with each other out there and play off each other. You add in LeBron James into that equation, though, and how exactly does that work? I mean, I feel like LeBron would probably average a career low in points per game. I do think he would handle the basketball a lot, but it would be Chris Paul and James Harden doing the bulk of the scoring. I could see LeBron averaging around like 21 points, but getting, you know, about 8, 9, 10 assists per game. He would definitely be a beast on the boards. I feel like maybe even run the power forward position if you could bring back either Trevor Ariza or I believe it was, PJ Tucker on this team too, who's a great defensive player at the small forward position, also can make 3-pointers out there. But yeah, do I want to see this? Yes, I do, because I do want to see LeBron James in this Houston Rockets team kind of form a super team and go up against Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson. It would just be very interesting. But also, the exciting thing about this is Mike D'Antoni, because Mike D'Antoni is such a genius when it comes to offense, is that if there's any coach that is going to make this work from an offensive standpoint, it is him. Defensively, I feel like this team will work out greatly. I mean, you got Clint Capella out there, who's a great athletic young center. Plus, not to mention, man, Clint Capella is going to feast off of these guys. Pick and roll game with LeBron James, Chris Paul, James Harden, all those guys playing off ball too. with Clint Capella, it's going to be absolutely a beautiful thing to watch. I mean, I would go to that a lot for this team right there. Plus, he does not really need the ball to dominate anyway. You also have Eric Gordon out there on this team. I don't know. Like I said, it would be an interesting fit. I don't know how it would work, but I do think in the end, it probably will work out. So let's go ahead, guys, and check out that simulation. Okay, so this is the starting lineup we are going with. Chris Paul, James Harden, LeBron James, and Luke is actually going to be the starting power forward on this team. He's honestly like the perfect forward to play alongside LeBron James just because like really good at defense, can knock down his three-pointers, you know, things like that. Also athletic. We have Clint Capella at center. And then off the bench, we have Eric Gordon, Nene, Trevor Ariza, Gerald Green, also PJ Tucker to play at times. Also, overall, man, I think the final record of this team right here, like, they are a 60-win team without LeBron James. You add LeBron James into the equation, like, if they can work out chemistry and stuff like that, I'm going to say, like, mid-60 wins, man. I really do think this team could get that done. So let's go ahead and simulate this season and see just how good the LeBron James Houston Rockets team can really do. Okay, so by far, based off the regular season, the Houston Rockets looks like the best fit for LeBron James. 72-9, one more game, guys. They are either going to tie or be close to the greatest regular season record of all time, somebody through day against the Kings. Oh, y'all gonna lose to the Kings like that, man? Come on, bro. We do have LeBron James getting the MVP award on the Houston Rockets. Still got 24 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, about 1-2 steals a game, 1 block per game, shot 44% from 3. That is absolutely crazy, guys. I mean, Mike D'Antoni also getting Coach of the Year, All-NBA first team. We got LeBron making that All-NBA second with Chris Paul and James Harden. So the backcourt doing amazing things themselves too. Let's check out the team and player stats on the season. So team stats, this team was the second best scoring team in the NBA, but defensively is really, man, where they turn things up, giving up only 98.3 points per game. So here we go, first round of the playoffs. We do have the Clippers, simulate current round against them, but I'm all about that Warriors series, and we can both teams make it that far to the Western Conference Finals. So closeout game, we got Eric Gordon dropping 26, 24, 5, and 7 for Chris Paul. And I always forget, let me go check the player stats here real quick. I don't know why I keep on forgetting to do that now. Player stats on the season. So James Harden had 24 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. As predicted, like, I thought his scoring was going to go down a little bit. Chris Paul still got himself 19 points and 10 assists. So he actually played better offensively with LeBron James and James Harden. 14 for Eric Gordon. Clint Capella averages a double-double and 2 blocks per game. Luke at power forward. I mean, he did a little bit of everything out there. I imagine he probably played good defense too. So, yeah, bench unit did absolutely amazing out there. All right, now we have the OKC Thunder in the second round. So simulate current round here, and got them. Got them 4 games to 1. But yo, man, the series we're all waiting for: Golden State, Houston Rockets. Simulate current round. Is it enough, man? Is it enough? It is not enough, guys. Once again, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm not the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James and the Houston Rockets in this case have lost to the Golden State Warriors, man, in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. I don't know, man. I will say, you put LeBron James on any of these teams, and I do like their chances as far as winning a championship. But the Golden State Warriors, this team's absolutely crazy, guys. Anyway, my friends, hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know which player I should do next for an experiment. I think the Houston Rockets, you know, they're all really good fits. All 3 of those teams would make things work. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.